Part 67. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 661. Aojeng, the demon messenger of the demon heaven pavilion, the real king of the nine-star king realm. In the luminous sun galaxy, that is considered a little prestige, and has always been a murderer without blinking an eye. But now, this devil, is deeply convinced. Aojeng felt that compared with the lunatic in front of him, his devil was nothing compared to that, and he was not on the same level at all. Only a few thousand spirit crystals. Poor ghost. Fang Fan pouted with a dissatisfied face, and he had extorted 10,000 spirit crystals from the Ginza inspector of the Holy Heaven Alliance. The status and cultivation of the two are similar, and the wealth gap is still a little bit. Aojeng's face turned red, and he really didn't know what to say. 9,000 spirit crystals, are you still too young? Don't you know the value of spirit crystals? When the ordinary 9th rank forces were first built, they threw away the spiritual crystals needed to shape the spiritual veins and the temple, and there were only 3,000 or 4,000 spiritual crystals left. Who doesn't treat it like a baby? That is to say, there are still some spirit crystals on the real kings of the nine-star king realm, but none of those low-level existences. Aojeng thought to himself, but in front of Fang Fan, he could only bear it silently. It would be best if Fang Fan completely forgot about him. Magic Heaven Pavilion, Earth Demon Messenger Order. It's a good thing. Fang Fan glanced around in Aojeng's Sumi space and took out a token of Earth Demon, which may still be used in the future. As for the rest, it's really nothing. It's just some junk or something, or maybe some weapons or something. It's useless for you to ask the Earth Demon Envoy, give it to me. Aojeng showed a helpless look on his face, thinking to himself, why do you want everything? It's useless if I want it, it's even more useless for you to keep it. Anyway, you're basically unlikely to go out. Unless one day, you become my war slave. Fang Fan said seriously, the corner of Aojeng's mouth twitched, is there such a chat? You here, is a brand new small world. I have long heard that some powerful people can hide the universe. They have their own small world planes. I just didn't expect that people in your realm would have. After trying nearly 100 ways to die, Aojeng suddenly became less anxious. Perhaps the negative emotions in his heart have been poured out. Everything seemed so beautiful to him now. As long as you can live, you are stronger than anything. That, can I discuss it with you? Aojeng suddenly looked at Fang Fan expectantly. Say. Fang Fan glanced at Aojeng indifferently while playing with the old demon envoy order. Move this mountain on my back, press me, it's so tiring. I promise I won't hurt those orcs casually. Besides, I'll just find a place to stay by myself. Aojeng begged Fang Fan pitifully. Where is there still half of the 7th rank power, the style of the demon messenger of the demon heaven pavilion? Wait for 500 years, let's talk about it. Fang Fan was suddenly full of bad tastes, and after saying a word, he returned directly to the palace of the emperor. Of course, before I left, I didn't forget to explain to those golden-blooded orcs, and give Aojeng something to eat every once in a while, don't starve to death. A true king, it would be ridiculous to starve to death. 13,000 spirit crystals plus 9,000 spirit crystals. 22,000 spirit crystals in total. Hey, I don't know if these spirit crystals are enough to build a branch temple. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 662. Fang Fan thought to himself that the 9th rank main temple can only accommodate 100,000 believers. If you want to increase the number of believers, either increase the level of the temple, or build a sub-shrine. The 9th rank main temple has 2 sub-temples, a 9th rank sub-temple can add 50,000 more believers. Not too much. Ding. It takes 10,000 spirit crystals to build a 9-rank temple. Fang Fan nodded calmly when he heard the system's reply. Only 10,000 spirit crystals are needed, then the 22,000 spirit crystals in his hand can directly build 2 9-rank temples. But after thinking about it carefully, Fang Fan decided to build a branch temple first. Always have a little bit of Lingjing to be prepared for. And since this thing is very precious, it is obviously not easy to get. If he wants to be promoted to the cultivation base in the future, he will need to rely on these spirit crystals for support. Build a 9-rank temple. Ding. Consuming 10,000 spirit crystals, the 9-rank temple is under construction. Swish swish, one after another sky blue light is approaching heaven and earth. Shocking. A branch temple began to rise from the ground, and began to build frantically with the might of heaven and earth. The main temple is placed in Zhongcheng, next to the palace of the emperor. The branch temple, Fang Fan, was placed on the Acropolis, used to develop more high-quality believers. As for the candidates for the priests of the Acropolis branch temple, Fang Fan also has eyes in his heart. The palace of the emperor, in a luxurious room on the top floor. Fang Fan was lying on the bed, hugging the beauty in front of him, and entered the time of the sage. Mayor, you go to the Acropolis to be a priest. If you wear a holy priest's robe, you will be more beautiful. Fang Fan looked at Mayor expectantly. Mayor is already that charming type, if you add some holy titles, tisk, it will be even more convincing. This battle is immortal, but she was left out in the cold, and Fang Fan felt guilty. It's just that Mayor's rank has never been improved, and it is difficult for Fang Fan to take her on an expedition. But if you become a priest of the branch temple, it is safe, and every time, the temple will automatically feed back a part of the divine power to reward these priests, so their promotion speed will not be slow. With such a fat difference, Fang Fan naturally wanted to take more care of his woman. Do you want to take me away? Then fly with Kalen. Mayor stared at Fang Fan with jealousy on her face. Mayor, don't you know who I am? My feelings for you have never changed. Besides, how could I be willing to take away my little baby? The main reason is that the sub-temple is very important, and there must be someone I trust stationed there. And becoming a priest of the branch temple can also gain some benefits. At that time, after you have served as a priest in the branch temple of the Acropolis for a period of time, your realm will rapidly improve. At that time, it will be Arshuang Sushuang. Flying. Fang Fan hugged Mayor and explained his plans. He wasn't going to hide anything. But, if I go to the Acropolis, I won't see you often. Then, what if I miss you? Mayor pursed her rosy lips and leaned her little head against Fang Fan's chest with a look of grievance. Don't worry, why am I willing to leave my little baby alone in the empty room? I'll find you once in a while, he 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 he. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 663. Mayor is the most suitable for serving as the priest of the Acropolis branch temple. A new 9th rank temple has been built, and the capacity of believers has also increased by 50,000, plus the original 100,000. This is 150,000. Fang Fan nodded secretly, he was very satisfied with this. And what's more critical, the newly increased capacity of 50,000 believers was filled up in an instant. It seems that Ling Shang, the great priest of the desolate God Temple, has done a good job. In the propaganda of belief, he does have his own unique ability. Fang Fan still sees Ling Shang's ability to work. And now the quality of believers is getting higher and higher, Now the number of pan-believers of the 1st to 3rd levels is getting smaller and smaller, but it is gradually turning to the shallow believers of the 4th to 6th levels. In addition, the number of devout believers in the 7th to 9th levels is also steadily increasing, and the power of faith is increasing every day. Fang Fan nodded secretly, with a satisfied look on his face. In all respects, this is a very good trend. It was originally estimated that a month would bring me 100,000 shreds of faith power, and it would be 100,000 points in terms of creation points. But now it can bring nearly 1 million faith power in a month. Converted to Genesis points, there are millions of points. Tisk, wait a month, and you will be able to promote a 5-star king level legion to a 6-star king level. As Fang Fan thought about it, the smile on the corner of his mouth could not help but become more and more. 10,000 clans perish, 10,000 clans conquer. At this time, relying on others is nonsense, and being clever is not a long-term plan. Only when you become stronger and stronger can you stand tall. Self-reliance. In 3 days, in addition to the establishment of a branch temple, the 3 regular legions were officially formed. As for the Legion of the Guardian Temple, it is still under preparation for the time being because it has 1 million and a large amount. The Emperor's Army. Prepare 10,000. The King's Realm is a soldier. Spiritual War Army. Prepare 100,000. 9-star Awakeners are soldiers. The King's Realm is the general. Wingtang Army. Prepare 100,000. 9-star Awakeners are soldiers. The King's Realm is the general. 3 legions, 210,000 soldiers. The foundation of the palace of the Emperor was first built. Of course, most of the soldiers were actually brought over by subduing the winged people. The 3-day time agreed with Gong Sun Cheng, the inspector of Ginza of the Holy Heavenly Alliance, has come, and it is time to go to the Orc Plain and participate in the battle of the luminous galaxy. On the one hand, the human emperor's palace was just built, and the strength in all aspects is still unstable. If you don't find a major force to attach to it at this moment, I am afraid that it will be jointly bombarded by those major forces. That scene was naturally not what Fang Fan wanted to see. On the other hand, war often represents opportunity. In the midst of war, slaughtering the enemy and collecting the spoils, this is the most conventional mode. And, according to what Gong Sun Cheng said, according to the number of enemies killed, it can also be converted into alliance contribution, and exchanged for divine crystals and even more precious spiritual crystals in the 7th rank Temple of the Holy Heaven Alliance. In addition, all kinds of rare treasures are also available. To put it bluntly, the Holy Sky Alliance is to use some of its own resources to boost morale, and I hope that the major forces can obey their orders and fight. Anyway, Shengtianmen is also very rich, and it is not bad. Like this kind of spiritual crystal, the general power can only get some from the heaven and the earth when the power is promoted to the level. But Shengtianmen, they even have several spirit crystal mines. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 664. The gap is too big to bear to look directly at. The Imperial Palace Academy. Fang Fan, wearing golden armor, ascended to the point of command. Gong Sun Cheng followed. Inspector Gong Sun, how are the athletes in the Imperial Palace? Fang Fan raised his head proudly. All the legions formed by cultivators at the 9-star level or above are so cool to look at. Are you kidding me, Hall Master Fang Fan? This should be a reserve army, right? Hall Master Fang Fan, still take me to see the main battle army. Gong Sun Cheng glanced around, and probably scanned the realm of the soldiers in front of him. Most of them are 9-star and 10-star realm. Not even the realm of kings. The proportion of soldiers in the king's realm is less than 10%. As for the elite soldiers above the 3-star king level, there are not many at all. Not to mention the ace soldiers above the 5-star king realm. With such an army size, it is said that it is an unpopular force, but it is barely enough. But if it must be said that it is the main battle legion of the 9th rank forces, it would be too sloppy. This is the main battle legion of my imperial palace. In the middle, that's the human sovereign legion. It's the elite of my human sovereign palace. The left wing is the spiritual war legion, and the legion commander is the spiritual clan chief spiritual warfare. The right wing is the Yiteng legion, and the commander of the legion is Yulingtian, the patriarch of the Yiren clan. Fang Fan introduced in a serious manner, the proud look on his face never disappeared. It's just that Gong Sun Cheng's face gradually darkened. Fang, Hall Master Fang Fan, are you sure you're not kidding me? Just pulling these troops to the battlefield of 10,000 races, even forming a scout team is enough. Palace Master Fang Fan, you can't be so disingenuous. Millions of divine crystals and 10,000 spirit crystals have already been given to you. All of my net worth has been paid for. But if you use an army of this level to fool me, right? Some are too much. Gong Sun Cheng gritted his teeth. He felt like he was being tricked. He felt that there must be more elite existences under Fang Fan's command, but he was unwilling to take them out. Use these rabble to fool him. Is there such a thing? You must know that in order to recruit the Emperor's palace to join the Bright Camp, he spent 5,000 spirit crystals out of his own pocket. Originally, he wanted to bring the elites of the palace of the Emperor back to ask for credit, but now, if he really brought an army of this level back, let alone credit, it would be good not to be slapped a few times. Gong Sun Cheng thought he was too difficult. Seeing Gong Sun Cheng's extremely aggrieved appearance, Fang Fan shrugged helplessly. Whether you want to believe it or not, these are indeed the family property of my imperial palace. You saw it too, these are the 3 main armies. There is also a reserve temple guardian army in preparations. Even these 3 main legions have just established their establishments. The commander of the Yiteng Legion, the highest realm, the 8-star king realm. The commander of the spiritual war legion, the 6-star king realm. Well, it's the human emperor corps. I'm the commander of the army. If the inspector Gong Sun doesn't believe it, you can go to my human race plane to see. If you think who is qualified to join the main army, I won't say a word, and I will pull the strong man. Fang Fan looked at Gong Sun Cheng honestly. As for the Ginza inspector of the Holy Heavenly Alliance, at this moment, he looks like he is about to cry. Don't bring such a fool. How can it be like this? Isn't this making fun of him? Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 665. You pit me. Gong Sun Cheng really wanted to cry. I'm so special, the 9th rank forces that I have worked so hard to recruit are not comparable to even the stronger non-rank forces. If this is all pulled back, it must not become a joke of the Holy Sky Alliance. At that time, I still don't know if I can get the inherent rewards of recruiting the 9th rank forces. If he can't get it, then wouldn't he just post 10,000 spirit crystals and 1 million divine crystals? Gong Sun Cheng seemed to have a pain in his face. Palace Master Fang Fan, I see that you are full of heroism and extraordinary bearing, and you will become a great weapon in the future. Gong Sun Cheng suddenly changed his conversation and began to praise Fang Fan. Speak the common language of all ethnic groups. Fang Fan pouted, there must be a demon if something goes wrong. Otherwise, you will return both the divine crystal and the spiritual crystal to me, and I will not recruit the Emperor's palace to the Bright Camp. Isn't this what you have always been looking forward to, Lord Palace Master? This will allow you to develop and grow freely. Our Holy Heaven Alliance must not delay an eternal genius. Gong Sun Cheng said solemnly, even he believed it himself. Fang Fan. Am I being despised? I am so. My Imperial Palace's army, is it really that bad? Fang Fan's face darkened, he didn't take such a slap in the face. Well, it's bad. Gong Sun Chen nodded in agreement. Fang Fan resisted the urge to beat him into a pig's head. How strong is the army of the rank and file forces? You can see clearly, these soldiers at least started from the 9-star realm. Fang Fan blinked, he felt that he was already very elite. Let's put it this way, in the ranks of the forces, there is a saying, the king is all cannon fodder. The army below the king's realm, in the eyes of the forces that have entered the rank, are the same batch of cannon fodder, and they are worthless. Generally speaking, among the major forces of entry, the regular army all started in the king's realm. The army formed by the soldiers of the Samsung King realm can be called an elite army. The army formed by the 5-star King realm soldiers can be called the Ace Army. So, in you, the human sovereign legion can barely be called a normal army. The rest, you should understand. Gong Sun Cheng said a lot in detail, and Fang Fan's expression changed rapidly from beginning to end. What a special place, Cow Batch. Is the entry force so arrogant? Cannon fodder under the king? What a bold statement. So, Hall Master Fang Fan, my previous proposal, do you think about it? The future of your imperial palace must be extremely brilliant. In the future, you may even become the third largest force in the Sun Galaxy independent of the light and dark camps. At that time, I can't say that I have to rely on the Lord of the Palace. Let's do it. I don't want 1 million divine crystals. Just return the 10,000 spirit crystals to me. With this mouth, Gong Sun Cheng said a lot, and to put it bluntly, he wanted to get the spirit crystal back. The spirit crystal can't be returned, it's all used up. Fang Fan spread his hands and said. It's used up? How is it possible? It's only been a few days, how can it be used up? Hall Master Fang Fan, it's not easy for me to save that little spiritual crystal. That's my coffin book. You can't cheat me. Gong Sun Cheng's face was aching, that was his family background. Well, just established a branch temple, and then, it's gone. Fang Fan shrugged, he didn't lie. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 666. Build a branch temple. You are a 9th rank power, what kind of temple are you building? Local tyrants. Gong Sun Cheng's face turned blue. Isn't this the spirit crystal given by Gong Sun's inspector? It doesn't hurt to use it. If the Holy Sky Alliance doesn't need my help, then forget it. Thank you for the congratulatory gift from Inspector Gong Sun. Another day I will visit and thank you. Fang Fan's words have already been said very clearly, he wants no spirit crystals. It's up to you. Gong Sun Cheng opened his mouth, unable to express his endless grievances. Loss. Blood loss. At this moment, he really wants to leave. But when I think of the deal that took 1 million divine crystals and 10,000 spirit crystals to negotiate, and now I give up, it's all in vain. And bringing the army of the Emperor's Palace back to the Holy Heaven Alliance, of course, will be ridiculed, but if the Jinzuo inspector is happy, maybe he will approve this reward. After thinking about it, Gong Sun Cheng smiled again. Palace Master Fang Fan, what's the point? Since those gifts have already been sent, there is absolutely no reason to go back. Haha, I still hope that Hall Master Fang Fan will immediately lead the army to go with me. Gong Sun Cheng secretly sighed, now he can only stop the loss in time. Seeing that those spirit crystals can't be taken back, wouldn't it be a greater loss if they go back empty-handed? But, Didn't the Inspector Gongsun say that I have a better future if I stay here? What if the Holy Heaven Alliance delays a peerless genius like me? Fang Fan said confidently. Gongsun Cheng. Didn't I just shoot myself in the foot? So much talk just now, what is it for? Gongsun Cheng was speechless. Actually, in fact, if a peerless genius like Hall Master Fang Fan can go to the Holy Heavenly Alliance for a little experience, the future development may be smoother. Of course, in the future, our Holy Heaven Alliance can also boast that we have received you once. So I still hope that Hall Master Fang Fan will follow me to the Holy Heaven Alliance. Hall Master Fang Fan must give me this face. Gongsun Cheng could only smash his teeth and swallow it in his stomach. What should be said and what should not be said, I just finished talking. Haha. Is that so? Inspector Gongsun is so optimistic about me? Do you want to invest in me? Fang Fan's eyes looked around on Gongsun Cheng, and the meaning he wanted to express in his words was too obvious. Gongsun Cheng opened his mouth with a bitter look on his face. I've been hollowed out by you now? In the future, I will definitely invest fully in the future. Gongsun Cheng closed his eyes slightly, he regretted it. Why did you want to come to the palace of the emperor? Why take on such a recruitment mission? This is simply a living ancestor. Tisk, Inspector Gongsun, don't forget it. In that case, let's go. Fang Fan glanced at Gongsun Cheng and secretly felt amused. This guy is absolutely the type of thief who has no guts. Every time I was suppressed by Fang Fan, but it didn't take long for the scar to heal and the pain, why come? When he came to the plain entrance of Baiduchen, Fang Fan couldn't help but sigh. The last time he went to the orc plain from here was to eliminate those arrogant orcs and end the war between the orcs and the human race. And this time, is to join the Bright Camp to participate in the war in the Sun Galaxy. Fang Fan's face gradually became serious. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 667. 2 trips, the situation is already very different. The previous Fang Fan, the highest combat power under his command was no more than the 3-star King realm. There are only dozens of king-level combat power under his command. And now, it can be said that the strong are like clouds. 8-star King realm Wing Ling Tian. Zhou Kaishan, Xiao Jinlong, the king of 7 stars. Several pets and heroes of the 6-star King realm. The increase in power has made Fang Fan more and more cautious. When I fought against those orcs before, I still had some bottom line in my heart. But at this moment, it is all about gritting his teeth and rushing forward. According to what Gongsun Cheng said, on the battlefield of 10,000 clans, the regular troops dispatched by the 9th rank forces all started in the realm of kings. The 9th rank forces are still so strong, what about the 7th rank power Shengtian League? Fang Fan felt that he had returned to the time when he had nothing, and fought to the end with his hands. Laid down the foundation of the imperial palace. Perhaps in the eyes of those who entered the rank, the current human emperor palace is really weak, but Fang Fan believes that one day, it will release its brilliance. Here, it seems to have changed a lot. The moment he stepped into the orc plain, Fang Fan frowned slightly, taking a breath. It was all bloody. The land has been thoroughly polluted. Hee, that's for sure. Almost all the forces of the luminous galaxy have participated in the war. The light camp, the dark camp, attack each other. The orc plain can only be regarded as a separate battlefield, gathering some of the forces of the major forces. After all, there are no substantive resources here, and it is purely killing for the sake of killing. Unlike those high-level planes, there may be divine crystal ore or even spiritual crystal ore. Those planes are the territories that the major forces want to fight for. Gongsun Cheng explained from the side. Fang Fan nodded secretly, he could understand this. Okay, this is where our bright camp is stationed. I'm back to return to life, you can find a place to station the army yourself. When the war comes, you can just bring your army to join the war. Gong Soon Cheng said a few words casually, and immediately left. Judging by his hurried appearance, there was probably something urgent. The crowd here is so dense, nearly half of the races and forces of the luminary galaxy are gathered, and naturally there is no shortage of gold masters. If you can open a card shop here, the business must be excellent. Fang Fan rolled his eyes, and thought at random in his heart. Ding. Detect what the host thinks, and issue a random quest: the first pot of gold in the battlefield of 10,000 races. Task Introduction: the profits from selling cards on the battlefield of 10,000 races exceed 10 million divine crystals. Mission Reward: the host is promoted to 3 levels. The supply card is added to the daily series of goods. Mission Punishment: remove any daily product from the shelves at will. Remarks: this is an opportunity. An opportunity to let the card shop go out of the human plane. Once it opens in the heavens and the world, you will be one step closer to the strongest supplier. The system's poisonous chicken soup Fang Fan is now immune. But the reward of this quest, Fang Fan couldn't refuse. The host is promoted to 3 levels. This is the first time the dog system is so generous. Fang Fan is now a 3-star king realm, and he has been upgraded by 3 levels, that is a 6-star king realm. It still seems to be very inconspicuous, but don't forget, Fang Fan still has 5 heroes. Fang Fan's promotion can also drive them to upgrade in an all-round way. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 668. At that time, Fang Fan will be the 6-star king, and the 5 heroes will be the 9-star king. At that time, Fang Fan's subordinates will also have real king realm powerhouses. Fang Fan couldn't help but secretly proud of himself. The 9th rank power with the real king realm powerhouse is the real 9th rank power. Otherwise, it would be a little awkward to look at. I just want to complete this task, the difficulty is still extremely high. Fang Fan pouted, he knew that the dog system would not allow him to get high returns so easily. If you want to make more than 10 million divine crystals by selling cards, if you calculate it based on the 20% commission of my secondary supplier, that means you need to sell cards worth at least 50 million divine crystals. Made, this is 50 million. I am CAO. An ethnic group like the winged human race only has 1 million divine crystals, not to mention a group like the spirit race, a few thousand divine crystals are the wealth. It's easier said than done to achieve a turnover of 50 million divine crystals. Fang Fan resisted the urge to vomit blood, no matter how difficult it was, he had to hold on. The richness of quest rewards has completely conquered Fang Fan. Lord, the campsite has been found. This is an open space, and the terrain is relatively open. Galen rushed over and led Fang Fan to the open space in front of him, ready to be stationed. Where did you come from? Don't you understand the rules at all? Go away. This place has been taken care of by our Yun clan, you, all get out of my way. A group of heavily armed troops suddenly rushed over from a distance, directly beating the soldiers of the Spiritual Warfare Legion. Seeing their appearance, their arrogance was boundless. After all, most of the Spiritual War Corps are soldiers of the 8-star and 9-star realm, and they are naturally not opponents for a while. Ha ha ha. Which mob power is this? It's such a hot chicken. All of them are in the realm of cannon fodder. Hey! Dare to come to the battlefield of 10,000 races like this? Looking for death. Now we hang and beat them, so that they will not be embarrassed on the battlefield. It's just, go up and go up. Just practice. Cannon fodder also has the benefits of cannon fodder. It's a blessing for them to be beaten by us. Fang Fan's face became ugly. Weakness will be beaten, this principle will never change. but the current situation seems a bit embarrassing. The Palace Master is here. The Palace Master is back. Palace Master. The soldiers of the Spiritual War Legion watched each and every one eagerly, and they didn't even dare to resist just now. This is what makes Fang Fan the most annoyed. Weak, not scary, one day will become strong. But if the nature is weak, everything will be ruined. Palace Master. Ling Shang came over with a sigh of relief. Go and lead 100 military whips. In the future, I will no longer serve as the deputy head of the palace of the emperor. Fang Fan gave Ling Shang a cold look. Palace Master, why? Ling Shang's face was full of disbelief, so he gave away his title of Deputy Hall Master? If you weren't the Deputy Hall Master of the human emperor's palace, I would have slapped me just now, and I have given you enough face. As the commander of the Spiritual War Legion, you sit and watch the soldiers of the Spiritual War Legion be beaten, yet you are indifferent. Shouldn't I punish you for your sins? Fang Fan's eyes became more and more indifferent. If the enemies you just started were very strong, it would be fine, but it is clear that there are only 4-star 5-star kings, and Ling Shang is 6-star kings, so you can obviously choose to counterattack. But from the beginning to the end, all Fang Fan saw was Ling Shang's hesitation and cowardice. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 669. Palace Master, it's not that I'm afraid of death, it's just that they are a team of the 9th rank forces of the Yun clan. I'm afraid of causing trouble to the Emperor's palace. Ling Shang held his breath and wanted to explain something more. Don't say it's a 9th rank force, even if a 1st rank force dares to bully my soldiers, I will smash him to ashes. Fang Fan's domineering declaration made the soldiers of the Spiritual War Legion shocked. It turns out that we have such a high status in the hearts of the Hall Master, the level of the Hall Master, can actually pay attention to us. The human heart is full of flesh, whether it is a member of the spirit race, the winged human race, or other races, isn't that what they expect in their hearts? Fighting to the end, leaving a little bit of dignity. Palace Master, I am willing to accept the punishment. My spirit race can follow you, it's their honor. Tears began to flicker in the Lingshang salt mine, the patriarch of the spiritual clan. Who wouldn't want to live with dignity, if possible? Dignity for them, too extravagant. It is a small ethnic group in itself, and even living, you have to try your luck. Talk and dignity? Yo. This is the master of the cannon fodder army. Ha ha ha, as expected of a cannon fodder group. Even the so-called master, is a 3-star king realm. This is too spicy, right? This guy looks very upset, could it be that he is upset with our actions? Do you want to show off in front of us? The guts are quite fat. But, does this guy have this ability? Ha ha ha, a 3-star king level hot chicken wants to deter us too? No way, ha ha ha, I'm dying of laughter. I'm really going to die of laughter. This is the first time I hear such a joke. I heard too many jokes, what's the matter with me even believing myself? Tisk tisk tisk, who knows? It's a bullshit. Go away. Did you hear it? Yes. It's you who said it? Get you out of the way. Didn't hear it? We're still deaf. Don't you know who we are? Yun Clan. Yun Clan is also something you can provoke. I advise you to hurry up. If we really let our eldest lady come, you will all be dead. He, our princess doesn't have such a good temper. I'm afraid it won't be a beating. Tisk tisk tisk, I'm afraid I'll have to lose my life. Go away. Go away. Don't stand in front of us, it's annoying to watch. Cannon fodder must have the self-awareness of cannon fodder. If you don't even have the self-awareness, if you really get killed, that's what it should be. Those soldiers of the Yun clan continued to talk nonsense. Fang Fan's eyes were so indifferent from beginning to end. Killed. Kill them all. Fang Fan indifferently ordered. Palace Master, why don't you think about it again? After all, the Yun clan is a 9th rank. Okay. I'll do it right away. Yi Lingtian originally had a hesitant expression on his face, but when dealing with a 9th rank force, he was still somewhat guilty. But after seeing Fang Fan's indifferent eyes, he instantly woke up. The temperament of the Hall Master is there, and it is better to bend than bend. Even Lingshang's position as the Deputy Hall Master has been sacked, and it is conceivable how much the Hall Master values this matter. You must know that Lingshang is still a close comrade in arms who made a fortune with the Palace Master. And he, Yi Lingtian, to put it nicely, he is the commander of the Yiteng Army Corps, and to put it more badly, that is the war slave of the Palace Master. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 670. Some things must not be sloppy. And don't ever feel how unique you are. You know, those are absolutely delusions. Yi Lingtian charged forward and directly controlled these powerhouses of the Yun clan. Don't look at the arrogance of the army of the Yun clan. In fact, it really seems that the so-called officers are the 4-star King Realm and 5-star King Realm. The commander of this army is nothing but a 7-star King Realm. And it was still far behind, not coming forward at all. Yi Lingtian, the 8-star King Realm powerhouse, swept away all of them in one round. Although he did seem a little hesitant when beheading these cloud soldiers, he finally chose to kill them directly. Because Fang Fan was staring straight at him. As long as he has the slightest bit of selfishness, Yi Lingtian feels that the Palace Master will not think that he is an 8-star King Realm combat power, so he will be tolerant. The scene suddenly became bloody. Blood is flowing everywhere. You cannon fodder, you dare to kill my Yun clan, you are crazy. Our Yun clan is a 9th rank force. A bunch of lunatics. What a bunch of lunatics. You are dead. You are dead. You are sure to die. My Yun clan will not let you go. The Yun clan will avenge us. What? Among the Yun clan, there was still one person who wanted to continue shouting, but was killed by Fang Fan himself. The situation is gradually stabilizing. The battle is completely over. In the distance, another soldier in the same uniform came running. The leader was actually a woman. My Yun clan army, you ordered the massacre. The woman in red leather armor glared at Fang Fan with murderous eyes, as if a mistake in recovery would kill him completely. Damn it. Fang Fan said indifferently, looking at the bloody corpses on the ground, his tyrannical mood was relieved a little. Damn. Why damn it? What did they do wrong? Don't you know that my Yun clan is a 9th rank force? The woman in red armor looked quite proud, as if she was very proud of her identity. 9 rank power. Haha. Isn't my emperor's palace a 9th rank force? What's wrong? 9th rank power, is it worth being proud? Who exactly gave you confidence? Fang Fan retorted, he wouldn't take the initiative to provoke people for no reason, but others shouldn't even think about humiliating him. In the end, it's just a fight. Are you also considered a 9th rank force? You fooling around. Yun of the Yun clan showed a sarcastic look on her face. The entire army's King Realm soldiers account for no more than 10%. Even a stronger non-grade force can't be counted, how can it be said that it is a high-grade force? Is the power of entry so unremarkable? The soldiers who started just now, all committed suicide. This matter, my Yun clan can stop pursuing it. This matter can also end here. Yun is cold-faced, full of arrogance. Haha. What if I refuse? Fang Fan glanced at the girl in front of him. Is she so domineering now? Let people kill themselves without even asking the reason? Who gave you confidence? Reject. Are you sure you want to refuse? Aren't you afraid of dying? You don't think that the scout team that annihilated my spirit race thinks they are so powerful, do you? I'm only commanding some of the elites of my spirit race, but with me, there are 3 in the 8-star king realm. Are you sure you want to die?